When you're ready, yeah. How you doing, everybody? This is Mark Bueno. We're gonna try this again, thinking aloud. Um, my buddy Humberto Garay is gonna help me do this. I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself.
You just introduced me, but Humberto, again.
Can you speak into the fucking microphone, please?
I am speaking into the fucking
You're
microphone.
not doing a very good job.
Well,
We'll fix this in post, and by
There you
post
go.
I mean it's not gonna happen. And we're just gonna talk about. Look, let's be honest. We suck at this, and so we have not been
he
able to.
sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just me. Thank you, though, for making me look like a fucking asshole.
Well, nobody can see you. They can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, well, they can. It comes out, and you know what? Is this where we're going? Fuck.
Let's get to the subject.
It's been a minute and
man.
15 seconds, and all you've done is insult me.
Subject.
I thought we were friends. So me and my former friend Humberto Garay are gonna talk about Brian Wilson. So last Sunday, I went to go see Brian Wilson live. Now, for people that don't know, he's the founder of the Beach Boys, and he started a band with his brothers and his cousin and his neighbor in Hawthorne here in Southern California, and created some of the greatest music of all time. And partially deaf in his right ear, sang, wrote, and composed some of the most phenomenal music of all time. So we're kind of like just throwing out content right now because we really don't know what we're doing. And Roberto's gracious enough to let me let me work here in his studio. And I had to get away from my producer because, God, she's awful. And he doesn't know a lot about Brian Wilson, but he knows enough. And really, he's just giving me an opportunity.
I know about the Beach Boys.
Yeah. But I got to see him last Sunday. And he's how old is he, Humberto? He's almost my dad's age. He's 79, right? Yeah, he's 79 years old. He
Okay.
took a ton of drugs, and he's physically very compromised. You can tell, but I will say it was one of the greatest moments of my life to be able to go see him perform and play music. And I went with my friend Jen and with my other cohort, Mr. Joe Espino, and it was a really great experience for me. I loved it so much. The music is kind of like the soundtrack. If you grew up in Southern California, that music was all over,
You know
right?
the Beach Boys.
Yeah, you just know it. You don't even.
I mean, maybe you don't know the Beach Boys,
but you know the Beach Boys.
but you know the music.
Yeah, it's just
You know the
it's there.
songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%, Humberto. And I'm not.
I don't know them by name.
I know everything because I don't have a girlfriend. Anyways, I thought I saw that he was performing, and I just thought to myself, like, there's only two, in my opinion at least, there's only two geniuses left from the '60s. One is Paul McCartney, and the other is Brian Wilson. And I said, I'm gonna go see Brian Wilson. I have to do it. I would be a disservice to myself to not see him. And I would say it was an emotional experience. He was phenomenal. He sounded great. He's got a great band with him, and it was just a lot of fun. So Humberto really is just pretty much helping me put out some content because he's a very nice guy, even though he pretends he's an evil person. He's kind of the villain in every movie I've ever written. But what do you know about the Beach Boys, man? I just throw it out there.
I know the music, and I know the music because I used to watch Baywatch. That's it. I watched Baywatch, and the Beach Boys were there.
Were they?
They happened.
I remember them
there.
on Full
They
House.
happened to be there.
And I didn't even watch Full House, but I remember they would show up, and I was
Well, I was a big Knight Rider fan and stuff like that, so that's why I watched Baywatch.
Okay.
A lot of people watch Baywatch because of the. A lot of people watch Baywatch because of the girls.
yeah,
I
I know.
actually I was a Hasselhoff fan for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's
the
fucking
reason
weird.
is. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think it's
Either
a
way,
hairy
but
chest.
the Beach Boys used to make a lot of appearances. Obviously, you're at the beach.
I don't remember that at all. That's
I don't
it's
know.
funny though.
That's what I remember.
No, it's fine. I mean, Humberto's just kind of walking along with me on this one. We're just doing something because.
California Girls.
Oh well, see, here's the thing.
Help me, Rhonda.
So okay, so no, don't laugh. Well, okay, laugh. I'm sorry. So Brian Wilson is not physically at his peak. I don't know what else to say about that. It seems like he can't walk. He's definitely not entirely cognizant. So because of that, we went to the show, right? And we're at this theater in Long Beach. The curtain rose, and just what Humberto what he just alluded to is that he just boom, 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 California Girls. And then for 2 hours, he just hit us with music. There was not a lot of banner. There was not like, how's everybody doing tonight? You know, anybody here from out of town? This one here.
No
They
awkward
just,
pause, no nothing.
he just was churning
no
out
intermission.
And so he hit us
You
with.
came here for music. This is what you get.
Yes, and for a guy like me, I don't need the other shit. You know, he did there's not one song that you thought to yourself like I really want to hear this one, and he didn't do it. He played and he was playing the piano and singing the songs, and if you look at some of the YouTube videos that you'll find, he's not always that involved, but that night, just a perfect night, and so I bought 2 tickets without even knowing who the hell was going to go with me because I'm a loser. And I asked my friend Jen to go, and she was gracious enough to say, "Yeah, I'll go with you." And she didn't want to go. She's just very nice. And I was talking to my buddy Joe, the guy the Elvis only thinking aloud. And I was talking to him and his dad's just saying like, man, I would love to go. And I'm like, well, let's go together. And we all went together. We didn't sit together, but we all went together. And it was just one of those moments where it's just great. And I really wanted to see this guy. It's one of those bucket list moments. And he was just terrific. He played everything you wanted to hear. And he was great, man. And I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, when they played "Don't Worry, Baby," I got emotional because it's one of my favorite songs, and the guitarist, his name is Al Jardine. I was his neighbor. They grew up in Hawthorne. His son is basically the lead singer now, and he did such a good job. It was really a moment. And so Humberto and I are kind of struggling to figure out some content. Humberto wants a script, and I didn't have one ready, and that's absolutely my fault. But I said, let's put something on because we haven't done anything.
That's why I'm not talking.
Yeah, well, that and because he's been punching me in the head for about 20 minutes now. It hurts, too. He hits pretty hard.
It's fun.
Yeah, till the daddy gives me an EKG. Okay. It was a nice moment. You get a little older and you start to realize the things that you get to have. And I thought it was brilliant, and I was with the right people, and the music was terrific. I'm so happy that I went. And, you know, Humberto knows the Beach Boys, but he's not a nerd like me. I'm a fucking nerd. Like,
I know the music. I mean, I
yeah,
know the
no,
songs.
I know. Yeah, but I know who wrote what, when, what, because I don't have
and
one.
how.
Yeah.
And the length of the actual music.
Yes. Keep insulting me. It always works. And he was a psychology major at El Camino Junior College. I'm not looking at Wikipedia.
Good thing.
He had an abusive dad that kind of, I think, created some anxiety issues for him, and then he took a lot of drugs, and he's not really healthy at this point in his life. His brothers have all passed away, unfortunately, and I really thought it was a great opportunity to see a great man make great music, and boy, was I not disappointed. I got to be honest with you. Me and Joe, we've been talking about that all week, that it was as good as I wanted it to be. How many times have you gone to a concert and it's not entirely what you wanted? And I got exactly what I wanted. I got what I was looking for, and it was just as perfect can be. And it, with these older groups, the crowds are older, and you don't get the bullshit. There's no dumbasses getting drunk and starting fights, and you don't get the.
How many drinks did you have?
I had 2.
Okay, just checking.
I had to work the next day. Yeah. Tell my mom I said hi, by the way. I had a drink when we got there, and I had a drink when we walked into the venue. And then I just enjoyed the show. There's no point, like, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. I used to go to USC games with my cousins, and I got so fucking drunk, I don't remember who they were playing, and I don't remember who won. And I was like, I spent like $100.
It happens.
And I don't remember anymore. So, I don't do that. And Brian Wilson, to me, is a living legend. And so I was like, and again, all of us, Joe, Jen, everyone had to work very early the next day. I had to work the next day at 4 a.m. And so none of us were goofing around. And for my part, I just wanted to enjoy the music, because I'm not sure if I'm ever going to even see him perform again. It was terrific. It was everything I wanted, and I was so very, very happy. And like I said, the crowd was good. I was with people that I loved, and I was with people that were appreciative of the music. And it was really great. Like, the thing, Humberto is a big Elvis fan. I'm not an Elvis fan. I don't know where I'm at, but it's not fan. It's a black belt in something. And we love the music of the 60s, and our families love that music, and we really just appreciate that music. And I had an opportunity, and I took it, and it was so great. And so I've been talking my ass off. I'm gonna let my buddy here say something, if anything.
And I guess we're done.
No, say something, asshole. Come on.
What do you want me to say? I said what I know about the Beach Boys. I don't know much.
Well, what's your favorite song?
That's what I remember.
What's your favorite song?
Actually, I love California Girls.
That's what they started with.
California
It
Girls.
was cool, man. Yeah.
But no, I think wasn't one of their first songs, wasn't it Surfing Safari? Well,
Yeah.
that was just Wilson on its own, I believe. Not too sure about that, but
He wrote and composed most everything. The reason why like people don't understand what I'm talking about is that he wrote and composed the pieces to everything. Like
every song was his.
Yeah, until he went nuts. And for those of you that are listening that care, there's a movie called Love and Mercy, and it gives you an idea of what he was doing. But he was a genius. The problem is there was this other band from Liverpool called the Beatles, and he was trying.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, I know. They're it's relatively unknown. And
was it anything like the Monkees?
Me and my friend John Hernandez. Hey, John. Talk about that scene in Walk Hard. You guys are almost as good as the Monkees, you know? But he went head to head with them. When they did Rubber Soul, he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to have to top them. He took a ton of acid and he fucked himself up. And then he ended up with a doctor that made it a lot worse. Again, Love and Mercy is a movie. And you'll see it. It became a legal issue.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
Little Old Saint Nick. I like that song.
Oh, yeah. That's a good song.
I like that song.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot about that until you mentioned it. When I was a kid, I loved Surfer Girl. Which apparently he based that on When You Wish Upon a Star.
Is it?
When you wish upon... Yeah. And...
never thought about that.
Well, no, I didn't. I read a lot because people don't like me. The guy is, like I said, he was fucking mostly deaf in one ear. I should stop saying the F word. And composed the pieces. Like, it's in the movie where he was handing out. He hired an orchestra, and he wrote the cello pieces. He wrote the bass pieces. He wrote the guitar pieces. He wrote the violin pieces. You know what's funny is that I'm gesturing right now. You can't see me. And he wrote the drum kits, and I mean, he was just on top of it. And if you in the movie again, I guess I'm referencing the movie a lot. He wrote different bass. He had 3 bass guitars, and they all had 3 different musical arrangements. I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for 10 years. I can't read one note of music. This guy was composing music for every instrument that was in this song, that was visualized, that was basically in his head. He is something else. I think I really believe he is a true genius. And I mean, I don't really have much to talk about with my life, but I can say I saw the man play. Before I die, I can say, hey, I saw Brian Wilson.
Well, at least before he dies.
Well, one of us is going to die at some point. I don't think we're racing. I think so.
Good.
Yeah. It was fun. Like I said, I was with really great people. What more do you want? Good music, good fun, good crowd. This is in Long Beach, so we didn't have to travel very far.
Down the street from Big Joe's.
Yeah, for him, yeah. And then Jen and I took an Uber. Thank you, Jennifer. She solely went because she's my friend. You know, like I said, no idiots, you know, and I got to really enjoy the music. There's the song that I really love is called "Don't Worry, Baby," and it reminds me of my dad because my dad was always the guy that had the nice Impalas. My cousins talk about Uncle Lee. This is my dad. Uncle Lee with the Impalas. He always showed up, slick back hair, nice clothes, driving a badass car. So that song reminds me of him. And so Matt Jardine, Al Jardine's son, came out and whipped that song. And it was, I got to be honest with you, it was an emotional moment for me. I'm not going to deny that. It was a ton of fun. You should have been there.
I was flying over here. Where was that?
That's fine. Yeah, no. I didn't plan on going. And it was just a ton of fun. And we're just kind of creating some content right now. Things will be a little better, but Humberto is such a great guy. He's just letting me rant a little bit because I believe we need to keep this project alive. And, you know, and this is on me. And he more than happily points out that I'm not doing a good enough job. And he's right, by the way. This is absolutely on me. And I'm ready to accept that. But, you know, he's also such a good guy that he's helping me try to fix it a little bit. So we're just really just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. And for those of you that are listening, thank you. I really appreciate it. Please hit a like because we're desperate. And we're going to put out something else. And then we're going to wait and see how we can fix the software and do better, because I believe that we are capable of doing much better than this. And so I need you to say something now.
Hit like and subscribe.
Do a little more than that.
Let's make sure that Mark gets this going and he can keep it up on his own.
Yeah.
Because I may not always be here to help him
wipe my
put
butt.
It together.
Yeah.
No, hell no. You wipe your own ass.
Well, that's not what you said earlier.
What? Okay.
Listen, since we're just fucking around here, this is my best friend. 15 years ago, I started in the beer industry, and everyone was against me. Nobody was giving me a shot, and it was hard, and it was scary, and I didn't know. I was frustrated and I was angry, and I didn't know what to do. And this fucker that everybody thought was like the sourest one gave me an opportunity. And that's all he did, by the way. He didn't baby me. He just said, I'm going to give him a shot. And if he can do it, I'll help him learn. And then it's up to him. And, we've been friends for 15
Not that long.
15 years.
Yeah.
I I know him. I know his family. He knows me. He knows my family. We've been together in tough times, and he's always kind of been a good sounding board for me. He's not afraid to tell me when I'm screwing up, which is like all the time.
Definitely not.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. And we forged a friendship that to me is important and vital. And he's helping me do this project because, as usual, he's helping me do something because I don't know what I'm doing. and I'm in his house right now as we speak. His lovely wife cooked us dinner. We had a glass of wine together, and
I had a beer.
we had wine. And
Well, we also had a bunch of beers.
yeah, I drank some.
I had a bunch of beers. Then.
I had a seltzer. And I was like, don't tell anybody. And now I'm putting it online. I really respect this man. He doesn't like it when I speak highly of him. I don't care. And we're just gonna churn out a little bit of content, and we're gonna go back to the drawing board. I need to do more work. He's right about that, and I fully accept that. In the meantime, please, like what Humberto said, hit the like and hit the sub, and then let's get back and let's keep going. And
the thing is, we just gotta learn to be bigger, better, and stronger every single time.
What's your
My
phrase?
motto is to be alert, alive, and aggressive.
Say it into the mic.
I said it loud enough; they can hear it.
Say it one more time.
Alert, alive, and aggressive.
This
All day, every day.
This man lives by that credo. He's not joking around. My credo is, God damn it, what time is it? But stick with us. We're gonna do this. We really were working on this. Joe has been working on this. A lot of people want to help me do this. I am just functionally stupid. And then I'm gonna say what nobody wants to hear. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, please. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.